Hello and welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. It is going to be a super fun one. As you hear in the description there, just in the title, we've already rebranded ourselves a little bit. We have transitioned from the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast to the Growing Green Podcast. When I started this thing about, 8 months ago now, we were targeting the green industry a lot. That was kind of how I wanted to grow and brand ourselves. But now we are kind of transitioning more into the entrepreneurship journey, and that's what I want to bring a lot of guests on that are just entrepreneurs out there creating their own side hustle and then turning it into a full-time hustle at the same time. So we are really looking to target people who are young in business, and so I know we've gained a lot of new followers here recently on Instagram and just social media in general. So if you're new to the podcast, thank you for tuning in, and I'm excited for this episode. This is going to be a really fun one. It's going to be a really unique one. We have some special guests on from Kentucky. We have Andrea and Whitney, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Well, they are with Cotton Chaos, and I was actually just scrolling through TikTok one day. It's crazy how social media has changed the world. Scrolling through, and that your videos got put in my For You page, and it really stuck out to me how y'all have started y'all's journey and turned it into a full-time business now. So that's what I'm exactly looking for, is people who have just started stuff and have turned it into a full-time business, and now are creating your own futures with it, and you're controlling your own destiny. So I'm excited to see where this thing goes. It's not, like I said, we don't really script our episodes. We just get into some good conversation and see what kind of advice we can give to people who are out there that are young in business. So I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to talk any longer. I want y'all to take the show and just run away with it. So y'all, Andrea, Whitney, whichever one wants to go first, kind of just tell us about y'all's startup story and how you've gotten to where you are today.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm Whitney. I'm 33 years old. I've been married to my husband for 13 years. I went to school to actually be a dental assistant. And so I actually worked out in the dental field until 2018. And that was what I thought my career path was going to be. But then at that time when I quit, I was a mom of three. And I didn't have a hobby. I needed an outlet, something I could just do for fun. Well, Andrea and I had crossed paths through church, and at dinner, we were like, let's just start up this hobby. And so we kind of played around. And then one thing led to another, and this hobby is become the funnest job, if that's even a thing.
It's not a job if you love what you're doing.
The funnest job that we could have ever turned a hobby into. And so it has made me, as personally, if we're talking about myself, it has changed my life for the better, as far as where I can juggle being a mom, a wife, and being outside of the 8 to 5, 8 to 7 job, where you're missing out on kids stuff or not being able to be the parent in the classroom, helping with your kids' classroom. So it's just been a great way to transition into balancing all the things that life throws at you.
Absolutely. I think that's a leading factor in a lot of the reasons that people take on the entrepreneurship journey, is to create your own future, both financially, but also in family life as well. You're not tied to an 8 to 5 anymore. And so that's very interesting. Well, Andrea, what is your side of the story?
So I was 37 with 3 kids. I'm 40 now. And just, stressed out working. I actually worked 2 part-time jobs, one for my husband, one for the school. And I was like, this something's got to give. We were doing things at night, and I was like, this is crazy. We cannot keep working like this. And so I actually drive a bus now. So my daytime hours, I get to transition in and come here and work with my best friend.
Yeah, that's awesome. My dad actually drives a bus for our local school system. So
really,
yeah. Do you drive for school for the school systems?
Yes, I drive. Yes, for the local school here in Kentucky.
We're just trying to get her retirement.
Yes,
time.
There you go. Hey, you cannot complain with state retirement. That's a good way to do it. So you said you were working a part-time job for your husband. Does he have his own business or something?
He does. He owns a pest control. Him and his dad own a pest control business.
Oh wow! So you've already you've been in this journey of entrepreneurship, I guess, kind of. So you already knew what it was like.
Yes.
Well, that's
a lot
awesome.
of work.
So you said it's his dad. Is it a family business that he's kind of inherited, or did y'all start it?
Him and his dad both started it.
Okay, so he's not.
Or then branched off, and now they're their own.
Awesome. That is really cool. How long have they been doing that?
Since 2000.
Oh wow! So you really do. How long have y'all been married? So have you been with him the whole?
Yes, so for 20 years.
Wow, yeah. So you've been with him pretty much the whole journey. Well, that's
yes.
I want to get into that some more, like maybe in a few minutes here, because you've definitely been on the journey. Whitney, have you had any experience in entrepreneurship before this?
I've not personally. No, my husband is a third generation machine shop.
Okay.
So we don't currently own the business, but he is third generation. So I have, been able to kind of see what owning your own business was like. But building race car engines and doing pest control is nothing like printing T-shirts.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, those are really cool backstories. So that kind of catches us up to 3 years ago. Take us through a little bit of how the actual business got started. What was going through your minds? I mean, I know you said you wanted to stay home. Well, not stay home, but have more freedom to be in the classroom and just be a better parent and a mom and a wife and everything that comes along with that. What made y'all go make T-shirts? I've seen some of your videos, but for those that haven't seen your social media, what kind of got you into that? I saw y'all got that $150 machine that got you started, but kind of what took you down that journey?
We actually were sitting at supper one night, and Whitney brings up this idea, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, $150,
and I was 8 months pregnant.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, you were ambitious.
So I was like, okay, I want to buy this vinyl cutter machine, Cricut. Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody pretty much knows what a Cricut is. Yep. It's like your hobby vinyl cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would put in 150 and buy the heat press.
Yep.
So we both put in 150.
And we burned that thing up. Let me tell you.
I actually you had the vinyl cutter on your kitchen table.
Yeah.
And I had it on an end table in my dining room.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So we would work our jobs. I would come home and cut vinyl and weed vinyl, sometimes till 3 a.m.
Oh man.
Then get it to her. And then I would go to bed, get up, get to my job by 7:30. And then get it to her. And then the next night she would stay up and press all the vinyl. And this was orders that we were taking off Facebook.
Like in our friends.
Just local community stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was just like, literally we would have a piece of paper. We would write down the shirt.
Yeah.
The order, the size, and that's just how it all started.
Yeah, pen and paper, man. That's how most businesses start. I mean, it goes back to the beginning. That is awesome.
Yep. So then we transitioned into like an office space in my house. What did we say? 100 square feet.
Okay.
We were there probably, I don't know,
3-4 months.
Yeah, a few months. Yep. And we have an outbuilding out behind my house that is, I forget the size. It was my husband's race shop.
Yeah.
And
so just a little utility building or something like that.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's just take over half of it. And he let us take over half of it, and then slowly but surely we've taken over both sides now.
Yeah, no more race cars for him.
Yeah. He has a big erase shop.
Oh, okay. There you go. So you're funding his
Yeah.
hobbies now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
but we started picking up wholesale. And so when we started that, we were like, okay, we're going to have to get a website. We're going to have to get it organized. We're going to have to, if we're going to do this, we've got to step it up and let it be more than a hobby. So we got a Shopify website. We run everything through Shopify.
Yep.
We started making contacts, joining business groups, just getting all the knowledge we could to get our feet going. And we realized, like, if we're going to be all in, we're going to have to be all in. And at that point is when we kind of transition into, okay, this is going to be our new full-time job.
Man. Yeah, you're beating me to my next question here. This is awesome. Y'all are carrying the interview. This is what I like. I don't want to sit here and talk the whole time. That's exactly what I was going to ask. It was like, what is the time frame here between we spend $300, get these two machines, then we take over half the shop, and then we're going full time? What is the time frame in between all that?
So in May of 2018 is when we first released like our very first shirt on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then we were moving in here, March of 2020, wasn't it? Like right before COVID.
Yeah, we moved to the 100 square feet right when COVID started.
Okay.
And with 3 or 4 months, we had outgrown that space and we were moved out to the shop.
Yep.
And then we can get into that. But at that time, we decided we're spending too much time cutting and pressing vinyl. So we started moving into the transfers. So anybody that's like trying to do the side gig t-shirt thing knows what transfers are. So we're like, okay, we're going to move on to transfers.
Give me a 30-second rundown of what that is. Because most of the people that are listening probably don't know what that is.
Okay. So basically, if you think of a screen print shirt, it's plastisol ink. So they have a process of putting plastisol on a piece of
like what?
Like parchment type
there
paper.
You go.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact term. And so all you do is you order them, they send them to you, and you press them on shirts.
So you're not actually having to cut it.
Yes.
Right.
So
Or weed it.
Yeah.
So you're getting the effect of a screen print shirt without having the screen printing equipment. But it's not exactly the same, but it's a good next step to take. So we were doing that. Our sales started increasing. And so they were like, okay, well, what's next? Because some of our customers were starting to order bigger orders, and we were outsourcing screen printing to other companies and like we were the middleman.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'd send the order to a screen print company. They would print them. We would oversee the orders and then get them delivered. So we were the middle person. Which is fine. People do contract. Basically, we were contracting. But then in 2020,
was it 2020?
2021?
Oh.
Our years run together.
It's hard. I'm the same
All
way.
years
I don't
run
even remember how long
together
I've been doing
during
this.
COVID.
Yeah, they all run
years
together.
During COVID.
Yep.
So,
we had an opportunity.
2020, yes.
Yeah. To buy out a local screen print company.
Wow. Okay.
Equipment. We didn't get like customers. We got equipment.
Yeah.
And then we're able to it's kind of local to here. Go get some training so that we could learn how to use the equipment.
Yeah.
We bought the equipment before we went and got the training.
That's
how a woman works, right?
Hey, that's part of it though. That's part of the hustle. You can't you can't pass up an opportunity like that.
No. And we saw that. We were like, okay, this is like a really good deal and we need to jump on it before somebody else gets it.
So you said this is in your local community. Was it like were they pretty well known? So like when y'all took this over, it was kind of a big like, oh man, they're taking over now or not?
No, we did not get any customers from buying business out.
No, I don't. His was more like sports.
Yeah.
And it was a town like an hour from here. So I say it's not like. Yeah,
local in the grand scheme of things, but not 5 minutes down the road. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's really cool. Yeah, continue. Yeah, I'm intrigued here. Just keep walking me through the timeline.
So you just think about like two girls walking in and being like, yes, we're going to buy your screen printing business.
Yeah.
Well, have you screen printed before? Well, no.
No. How do you do it? Yeah.
We're going to buy it. So we bought it. And at that time, we took over the whole race shop because we had to have both sides at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So our husbands load up the equipment, get it all moved here. And so we
finagled it around to fit it because it didn't fit very well.
It didn't fit very well, because girls don't measure.
No.
Yeah.
So we got it in and we took classes in St. Louis, a weekend course.
Yeah.
Hired our first employee to help us run the machine.
Okay.
And I guess that was like the start that we were like, okay, we've got something going here.
That's big time, yeah.
So we would start doing, weekly sales or weekly new shirts. We started taking, customer orders, whether it was for schools or businesses, everybody t-shirt, for their business, boutiques, other businesses wanting their logos. And it just like kept growing and growing and growing till we're like, okay, so now we're not like mediocre. We're going to have to step it up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now we absolutely can say that everything Cotton Chaos is in-house. We run all our shirts in-house,
Mm-hmm.
everything shipped in-house. We're completely online. We have no brick or mortar. And so we have a wholesale website. We have a retail website. And then we also have our actual Cotton Chaos screen printing that prints everything in-house. So
awesome. So y'all really, y'all have taken it to the next level here. This is awesome. So y'all are still in the race shop. Is that right?
Okay. We're busting at the seams.
Yeah,
we are.
That's what I was getting, that vibe. That's what I'm interested to see. What are your plans there?
This is about the only clean area we have.
Uh-oh. Hey, look, it's on. When you're working and you're making money, stuff's not supposed to stay clean. That's people get on to me all the time. Why isn't your equipment clean? I'm using it. I'm making money with it.
So unfortunately, we do have plans of expanding where we're at now, but I'm sure you're aware we are actually only how many miles outside?
Like
10 miles outside of Mayfield, Kentucky, where the big tornado hit in December.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So finding contractors that's
probably tough. Yeah.
We don't want to be priority, so
Yeah.
that's not what we're trying to say. But finding somebody to help us do an addition
Yeah.
right now is really impossible.
Yeah.
So we are just still busting at the seams.
We joke all the time that we could probably do it
ourselves,
but
it might fall down when the next windstorm comes through.
Yeah. It might not take a tornado to bring it down. It might just take a little gust here or there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. That's too funny. That is awesome. That is such a cool story. So the self-educating was a big question that I wanted to hit on here because I know in the world that we live in today, there's social media. I mean, like we've talked about already, you've grown a brand there. You don't even have a brick and mortar. So it goes hand in hand there. There's so many self-education videos on YouTube. You can get on TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform there is. There's something out there that you can learn from. You said you went and took those classes. Did you do a lot of self-education before learning how to run that machine, though? Because, I'm sure you had to learn maybe cutting the vinyl's not that hard, but then how to place it on the shirts, how to design it, that type of stuff. How many hours did y'all spend watching videos and teaching yourselves how to do that stuff?
We did watch a lot of YouTube,
yes,
but I personally learned more from making mistakes.
Okay,
yes,
so just trial and error.
Yes, we have. If we just really sat down and thought about all the mistakes we've made,
Mm-hmm.
if we could write a book, probably.
But see, that's a big thing that people can take from this is y'all are sitting here right now running a 6-figure business, and those mistakes aren't failures. Those mistakes were areas that you could learn in. And
right.
You just said you've learned more from that than you have from anything. So if you
Yes.
don't just take the chance and do it, you would never make those mistakes. And I think that's a big thing. Is it sounds like y'all didn't get caught up in the whole. You weren't scared. You might have been nervous. I'm sure you were nervous starting this thing and going with it, but you didn't let that fear hold you back. You weren't saying, "I will start it tomorrow. We'll start it tomorrow. We'll start it next month." You just did it, and then those trial and errors happen, and now you've learned so much from them.
Right. And I think so many times you think start a business and you're only going to, if I'm not seeing dollar signs, then I'm not going to be successful.
Yeah.
Or oh, I made a mistake. That's money in the hole. You're not going to grow a business trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we really try to display. I mean, even in our name, Chaos, we are far from perfect.
Yeah.
Sure.
We are the most chaotic, unorganized people that you could probably be around for the type A people. But I think that's why we've been successful, because I think we're relatable, because we don't portray that we are perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big. You have to, and you're open with people, and I think people respect that. I don't want to really go through anybody who says, "Yeah, we're perfect at what we do. We don't make any mistakes." I don't really want to be around those people, because that's not realistic.
No.
Right.
So,
Right. We've been able to grow a community around us, and we've had, people help us, and the people at St. Louis, that we still call them because they provide a lot of our supplies. So every time we call, they claim on the caller ID it says the girls. I don't know if that's supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
hey, branding, baby, branding. That's what it's about. I mean, they know who you are. You're not just some average customer. So
That's true.
that's what it's about.
So, we've just got a great community, whether it's our husbands, our kids, or the people we buy from. Everybody just roots for us, and I think that's a huge part of our success too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk branding for a minute. That's a good topic that I like discussing, and branding / marketing, I guess you could say here. You don't have a storefront. You did not buy customers from anyone. You started from ground zero. You started just selling in your local community on Facebook. You said that yourselves. How do you think y'all have grown? What do you think has been the biggest way that you've grown to how you are today on social media? Are you paying for Facebook ads? Is it your quality work is just word of mouth referrals? How do you think y'all have successfully grown to where you are today?
Well, we joined a few trainings that helped us a lot to kind of know where to go and what to do.
Mm-hmm.
We do Facebook ads.
We haven't actually started doing Facebook ads until the last 4 months.
Yeah.
And never touched a Facebook ad. So we were dealing with like a cold audience is what they call it.
Yep.
So we just put all our eggs in the Facebook basket.
How has that worked for y'all?
It worked good
Mm-hmm.
until, a lot of changes have happened on Facebook.
Yep. It's not the same platform it used to be.
No, it is not. And so, we do the whole thing of, everybody tells you post so many times a day. These are the best times to post.
Yep.
You can put all that content out there, but that does not mean people are seeing it.
Yeah. It doesn't mean engagement is up.
Right. So at that point, you've got to really start thinking, okay, if Facebook shuts down, how am I going to contact these other people?
Yeah.
Like, how am I our customers?
Yep.
So at that point is where we started building an email list.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it can get very technical, and so we probably don't have time to get in all the technicalities, but there are a lot of ways for you to capture people's emails.
Yeah.
So if everything comes crashing down, you at least have their name and email.
Yep. What platform have y'all used? Did y'all use like MailChimp or something like that?
Klaviyo.
Okay. All right.
Yes. It's actually built in. It's the add-on app through our Shopify. We've been very successful with our email marketing. And then 2022 is like our goal for 2022 was to really start jumping on the TikTok reel bandwagon.
Yeah.
That was like our goal for 2022. And so we've really seen a lot of progress since then.
Yeah.
With Instagram, because we really didn't do a lot with Instagram at all. It wasn't our customer base was not on Instagram.
Yeah. That's cool. Here, let me stop you for 1 second. This is an interesting. I'm really intrigued by this. I want to see where this whole social media topic goes. But first, we got to take a minute and hear a word from today's show sponsors, and then stay tuned. We're gonna come right on back and hear some more from Cotton Chaos and how they've grown their brand on social media. Today's episode is brought in part to you by Woodland Direct. Did you know fire is the #1 requested outdoor design feature for homeowners? Woodland Direct can help you create the cozy backyard your client desires with its range of high-quality fire features, including fire pits, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, patio heaters, and more. Woodland also has the largest team of NFI certified experts in the industry, ready to guide you through every step of your fire projects. Help your clients create the backyard of their dreams by visiting www.woodlanddirect.com or call 800-919-1904 to talk to an NFI certified expert today. Again, that's www.woodlanddirect.com, or you can call 800-919-1904 to talk to an expert today that can help you. Hey there, fellow lawn and landscape business owner. Do you work hard all year for your freedom but still feel as if your money controls you? Unfortunately, because you can't give bookkeeping your full energy or focus, it just sits there most nights untouched, continually haunting you. Because your business demands your time elsewhere, you need a personalized bookkeeping solution dedicated to your industry. Gulf Coast Bookkeeping, now known as the Landscaping Bookkeeper, is dedicated to giving your time and peace of mind back through our monthly bookkeeping service. You can begin this partnership with us today by going to www.gulfcoastbk.com and scheduling a 15-minute call. We want you to become a confident and informed business owner. We'll take care of your green so you can take care of theirs. Schedule a 15-minute call today at www.gulfcoastbk.com. All right, guys, thanks for listening to those short words from the show sponsors today, and thank you to the sponsors for helping us out and helping us keep this program going, because it is not cheap to do podcasts, but it is very rewarding getting to help people out there in the community and just give one little piece of advice any way we can. So we're back now with Cotton Chaos, and it sounds like there has been some chaotic times in this business from y'all too, but it sounds like you're on a great track, and I'm super excited to see where the rest of this interview goes. So continue where you are. Sorry to interrupt you there earlier, but take us through your 2022 goals on the social media, the whole TikTok, Reels, all that stuff, because this is something that I think across the board people can use no matter what business they're in. They can use social media to grow it. So what is y'all's plans for that?
Well, December, certain businesses were selected through Instagram to start getting bonuses on your reels. So at that point, you could actually start making money off of your reels. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, so if they're offering money out there for reels, then obviously reels is going to be important in growing your business.
Yeah.
Especially when Facebook picked up reels too. So we decided our goal for 2022, amongst other goals, was to really push video content. We were already going live on Facebook. There's only so many things you can talk about on a live Facebook about a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, people know we sell t-shirts, but people don't know like our background story. Mm-hmm. They don't know a lot about us. Yep. They don't know how quirky and blonde I am sometimes.
I would have never guessed.
Get down to like the real life stuff of how we got started and the behind the scenes, and let them form a connection with us as people rather than they're two girls we buy shirts from.
Yeah, absolutely. It's branding. That's exactly what this is. It's brand. It's creating a brand and a following there. So that's awesome.
So we did the real thing. We've been using that. So the fun thing is, the crazy thing is that we have been like, I don't know, flabbergasted. Is that the word? Over is 2 weeks ago, this past Monday, we had 158 followers on TikTok. 158.
Yeah, no zeros behind it.
So this has happened in 2 weeks. I'm sitting here looking at your followers right now. I did not know it's only been 2 weeks.
So what is it right now? I haven't looked.
31.4.
So 31,400 people in 2.5 weeks now follow us on TikTok. We have worked since 2018 to get 5,000 followers on Facebook.
Yep.
So it's like, I think that's like the big thing to show you've got to stick with the times.
Yeah.
If you're going to online business, you have to roll with what's trending.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or you're not going to make it.
Yep.
Yeah. So have y'all just taught yourselves, like, have you been big on social media, like, the last 10 years, like, you've kind of kept up with it, so it's not anything new? Or when did you get into the whole social media thing?
User, I mean, we had MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're taking it way back.
I had to create my Facebook account and say that I was going to a certain college
Yeah.
when I made my Facebook account.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I guess so.
No, you're exactly right about the whole keeping up with what's trending and just stay self-educating about the whole real thing, making money. That's something, if you didn't learn about that, you would have never known.
No. And we've had some great business coaches that have told us, like, like the things that we haven't figured out on our own. They've been great for us to like answer questions. If we do have a question, or be like, hey, by the way, look, this is trending. You better hop on the bandwagon. So it's fine to be in, business groups. We have like a mastermind group that we meet with randomly, that we can just throw ideas off of. So it really does take a community. So we can't say that we've done all this by ourselves on our own.
Yeah. So you say business coaches. Have y'all like actually hired coaches, or are you talking like mentors and just some of those groups that you've been in?
We actually joined a couple of they're business coaches, but they do it in like a group setting.
Okay.
So offered like classes and
Yep.
things.
It's a monthly subscription of content.
Okay,
basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very interesting. I've never even heard of that.
Applicable, and some things aren't, but if you can pick and choose what's applicable, there's a lot of good information there that can help you grow. It's not that we by any means have done all the research ourselves.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's very interesting. What do you think blew you up on TikTok? What was it, that video that's got like 2 million views or something now? Yeah.
It was the one that just said we each put in $150.
We were just literally pointing.
We didn't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
All Erica had to do was just roll up next to a heat press, and it was just bam.
Boom. Yeah. It shows how powerful the algorithms are, though. I mean, if you, it goes back to that first, it's like you were saying, you had a cold audience on Facebook at one point. If you're not getting the engagement when you push it out there at the beginning, I don't even know social media that well. I mean, we don't have a huge following by any means, but I think the way it works, y'all might know better, but TikTok and Instagram, they'll push it out when you post it. They'll push it out to a small audience, and then if that audience engages with it, then they'll post it to more people. Right? Am I correct in that? So you created something that obviously the audience liked, and they engaged with it, so it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And that's probably how you ended up on my For You page. Honestly, that's probably what it was. Was that one video, 100 or 200 or 500 people engaged with it, and then it just kept going on to the masses. So,
and you just like I would have never ever thought. Yeah. And like now it's like we take a video and it's nothing in no time to get 10, 12,000 views.
Yeah.
And so our TikTok, we were really using, we want them to know about our business, but we're really using it as a platform to talk about how we got started, the process of, when we were cutting vinyl and doing the hobby style. We're really not getting into it to start becoming teachers.
Yeah.
But we want them to see that this was not handed to us.
Absolutely not.
That we started from the Cricut you can buy at Walmart to what we have now. And that it just wasn't, I think a lot of times people get perception of like, oh, well, it just got handed to them. And we've just put in a lot of work for us to get today.
Absolutely. And that's key in every business that you look at is you always, I think I would like to know the backstory to every business. You look at Jeff Bezos, Amazon, richest man in the world, started in his garage. Like it's the exact same principle that you're talking here that y'all went through. Is you look up the backstory in a lot of these businesses that you would never even think of, and it all started with a man or a woman in a dream, and that's exactly what it sounds like. And y'all, it didn't even sound like y'all really even had a dream. You were just doing it for fun, and you took it to the next level.
Right. It was basically, I always said the only hobby I had was swiping a credit card.
Oh man! So I'm sure your husband's. I'm sure your husband's really glad this thing has started.
Oh, he was really glad for me to find another hobby.
Yeah, this just allows you to swipe the credit card more though, because now you got business purchases and your fun purchases. So
yeah,
I hear you. Well, let's talk as we. I mean, I don't want to hold y'all too long here. Entrepreneurship. We've heard the story. Entrepreneurship isn't easy though, and that's something that I really like talking about. Is y'all are younger in business, 3 years, 4 years in. It's not like you've been doing it for 20 years. So you've learned exponential amount of stuff in the last 3 years, I'm sure. That if you would have gone back to 2018, things you would have never even dreamed of knowing, you know now. Through trial and error, through business coaches, through everything that's come along the way, every rock that's been thrown at you, you've persevered and you've obviously grown to this point now. So going back to day one or the first month or two of your business, what are some things that you think you didn't know then that looking back on it now you wish you would have known to like change or do things better in the beginning? Whether it be T-shirt printing wise or how to run the business, that either one of those. How did you set it up? How did you set the business up legally from the beginning? Were you an LLC or a sole proprietorship? Like that's all things that people, if you're young in business in the entrepreneurship journey, those are things that you don't always know about. So how have y'all kind of like push through that world of figuring out all these legal things and just how to run the business efficiently?
Well, again, we made lots of mistakes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got up at the bank to get a joint account, and they were like,
I will never forget that day. That was so embarrassing.
What happened?
We showed up to the bank and we're like, yes, we want to set up a business account. And they were like, well, where's your paperwork? And we're like, what? And that's the truth.
They just looked at us like we were so dumb.
Yeah.
That we had started making money where it just like, you had the legal
It was
action.
more than a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
It was more than a hobby. So at first, we were general partnership.
Okay.
And so everything's 50-50. And all of our employees that helped us were not actual employees. They did not have set hours because we didn't have constant orders or labor.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really afford to pay somebody 8 to 5, 5 days a week.
Of course.
And so everybody is what's called a 1099.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Contract laborers.
Yep.
So that way, we can run. So at the January of this year, we're officially Cotton Chaos LLC.
Yep. Awesome.
And so we actually finally, for the very first time, get to start writing ourselves a paycheck.
Awesome.
Yep.
This is so cool. Yeah.
So we would just take random withdrawals.
Yep. Just owner's draws.
Let's not lie. If we had a shopping trip or a vacation, we would take a withdrawal.
Yeah.
But we were able, for me, I wanted time to go by to prove that my husband and I were living on his income with our 3 kids. And that I could, once I started a paycheck, then that's just that much more that I could contribute to the family.
Yeah.
That I really could see what I was doing and the hard work was helping my family for what I was doing. And so I don't know. What about you? You don't know. You just,
I just enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
So like, I really work for like a certain, I don't know. I mean, I enjoy going and doing, I like to go on vacations, I guess.
Yeah.
So
those are the memories you create.
A way to pay for it. Was easier to talk your husband into go on vacation when you said, well, I'll take a distribution and we'll take that money and go on vacation.
Yeah.
But so now we actually are on payroll, and we have 2 employees on payroll.
Awesome. So 4 W-2s going out now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
We have 2 graphic designers that are on staff now. And then we also have a social media specialist, a marketing specialist that we have on staff as contract labor.
Okay.
Also, so we like to say we are a girl power of 9 now,
Yes.
because
So y'all are
we're
all women?
All women.
That's awesome. That is too cool. That is too cool.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so glad I got to do this with y'all, because I think in 2 years I want to circle back around, and I think y'all are going to be the world's going to know who y'all are, because that is seriously. I mean, I think it seriously will. It's getting to see women own. I mean, y'all know women owned businesses just take off. People love them. And in our podcast, in our industry. So I have a landscaping company. If you didn't know that, I have a landscaping company. That's how I kind of started this whole podcast, and just talking entrepreneurship. This is my 4th year in business, so I'm still in kind of the same stage as y'all are. And people always want to hear, I want more women on the show. I want to hear their perspective and how they run businesses, because a lot of men, I mean, cutting grass and that type of stuff, it's a lot of men out there. So they love hearing women. So I think this is going to be a very well-received show. But it's I kind of like it because it's personal to me, because y'all just said in January you became an LLC, and now you get to take a paycheck, and like, I'm in that same stage of life, and it's so rewarding. I know I can relate with you, because last year for me, 2021, was the first year that I was able to pay myself a salary for the full year, and there's nothing like it. Like, I'm grinning ear to ear, because I know in a year what y'all are going to look at and be like, that was so cool seeing where we came from to now. We literally got to pay we still made money at the end of the year, and we got a paycheck every month.
Right.
So
right.
I can't wait to see where y'all go there. On the social media thing, is that something that y'all have just recently done, or were y'all doing that before the whole TikTok thing blew up, like the manager?
We have actually 2021 we've had a social media person with us, and they it's a way that you can. I just highly recommend that if you're able to afford to disperse out the jobs.
Yes.
Pick the jobs that you enjoy.
Yep.
And then everything else disperse out to somebody else.
Yep.
Because always going to be somebody out there that's their niche. That's what they're going to be good at. And then you stick to what you're good at.
Yep.
Me, I can sell a shirt like a car salesman can sell a car.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thing. I like talking to people. And so I felt like that's what I was good at. And so anything past that, I mean, I'll obviously do whatever it takes to get anything done. But everybody has their talent, and you got to take everybody's best talent and make it a group.
Because I work mostly like on the back end, like making sure the shirt gets done, making sure the invoice, like the back end stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, numbers and, doing the math.
100%.
So it's finding the people when you're ready to hire on. You find the people, what their talent's at, what they can help you in business. And I think it's also hiring people that the business means just as much to them as it does to you.
Yes.
Like, they want you to succeed, and they want to be a part of your journey. If this is a job to them, they're just coming to their job. They're not here to help you grow.
Yep. That's huge. And the delegation thing is huge. That's it's a big thing that we talk about a lot, because in growing, and I think this is going to propel y'all so far, because you're not caught up in, I need to do it, I need to micromanage this and this and this, and it needs to be done my way. 4 years in, y'all are already deciding, hey, we got to start delegating this stuff. And the truth is, you're not, like you just said, you would do anything to get it done no matter what. If somebody needed help, you would do it. But y'all are the owners of the business. You need to be doing things that the owners should be doing. You shouldn't be doing you shouldn't be putting shirts in boxes and putting tape on them or whatever that's not your job. Your job should be selling. Your job should be designing or whatever. Like, invoicing, bookkeeping, whatever your roles are, y'all have to do those to your 100% of capabilities and let everyone else take the other stuff. And the thing is they might not do it as good as you do it, but you can't get caught up in the fact of, well, they're just not doing it as good as me. I got to do it. If they do it 80% as good as you do it, the customer is happy with that. And that's what you have to realize. It's like in my business, if we're out cutting yards and I start hiring people to go out and cut a yard, they're not doing it as good as I would do it because it's not their business. It's not not their thing. But if they just do it 80 to 90% as good, the customer is happy with that. That's all they want. They just want good quality service. So I think it's so cool to see that 3 years in, like I said, y'all aren't getting caught up in that. You're already delegating. And do you think that has freed up y'all's time? Yeah, go ahead.
Really is the biggest critic. Ourselves.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Critic, like when we look at a shirt and we're like, because we are very, like, we stand really high on our quality of work.
Yeah.
What the shirt goes out, like the quality has to be spot on because that's our name on it. And we'll see like one little thing and we're like, the general person is not going to see that. Like, you're your hardest critic.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's stuff that, and you have to get over that. You don't want to sacrifice quality for quantity, but at the same time, you have, like we just talked about, customer, if it's 90% good, the customer's happy with that. They're not gonna see literally every little detail that you do. And if you don't get out of that mindset, you're never gonna grow. You're never gonna scale. It's exactly what y'all are doing. If you don't give up those opportunities, you would not be where you are today.
Yes. That was definitely hard for us, I think, was giving up things.
Yeah.
We actually sat down and made a list and we were like, okay, these are the things that we enjoy. Mm-hmm. Had to figure out how, because we were drowning. Let's be real.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, what you said, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning cutting vinyl and stuff?
Yes.
Like that's, and that's not fun. Like that, you don't want to do that forever. That takes a hobby and a fun side hustle and runs it into the ground after 2 years because you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not worth it.
Right. Yeah. Right. So it's just been great to develop. I mean, we pride a lot on being a female-owned business, and I don't want to harp on that because I mean any business is important, but just for us to be able to be controlled and build a group of girls that work for us, and they legitimately all care about the business just as much as we do.
Yeah.
And they're willing to go the extra mile. I don't know what we would do without them. And I've worked for bosses and they make you feel, replaceable.
Yeah.
They want to pay you the cheapest that they can get by with you doing the work, and you're always replaceable. And that was my big thing is, I want to help my employees where they feel like this business is not going to go without them.
Yeah, we value.
Value. Really.
And I think that's key in creating company culture is if you're not going to get anything good out of the employees if the employer doesn't make them feel wanted and you don't treat them like a part of the, like if you want them to care as much about the business as you do, you have to act like you care about them. Like you can't just think they're just another employee. They actually have to mean something to you, and they have to know that they have a role. Like that you respect them and you put them in this place and you want them to excel at it. So they can't just be like, well, I'm just another one here to show up and get paid. Like that the owners don't care about me. It's exactly like you just said.
Right.
That's awesome that you. Y'all are like this. I don't even know. There's nothing to learn. Like there's nothing that y'all need to learn. I mean, I know you're not perfect, but y'all have so much figured out that are, and you do. I know in the grand scheme of things you have a lot to learn, but y'all are very far along in business to be year 3 and 4 in. I've talked to guys that are 10, 15 years in business and they're not to this level yet. So it's very, I don't know. It's just inspiring to see people that have put this much time and effort into it and see that it's rewarding and paying off like it is. So as a partnership, that's not something that you see that often. I don't know that I've ever talked to anybody personally who started a partnership. It's always one has started it by themselves and they've kind of grown it. and this might step on some toes or something between you. Might bring up some old feelings. But have y'all like gotten into some like arguments? Like how has this gone? The whole growing and like have y'all always been on the same page? I mean,
not any like screaming, yelling arguments. No.
I mean, you usually can. We don't start a day off with coffee.
Okay.
And
we don't start without coffee.
Without coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So
okay. Gotta have the coffee.
Without coffee.
Okay.
And if one of us doesn't get better after a cup of coffee, then you better just stay in your lane that day.
Yeah. Don't try to throw any new ideas on the table or anything like that.
Yeah. No.
We're both pretty like laid back though. I'm like, I'll come with an idea and she's like, yeah, I like it, or no, like I don't like it.
Yeah.
We just.
It really has worked out. Our husbands have worried a lot about it.
Yes, they did.
They have really harped on like, do not let this ruin a friendship.
And it can so fast.
Because our husbands are best friends too.
Yes.
Yeah. And so they're like, you ruin your relationship, you ruin ours. Like.
Yeah.
But I just don't ever I don't worry about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just never. Until we run out of so much room that we're going to be sitting on top of each other. At that point,
you're going to need some space. Yeah. You go to your end, and I'm going to go to my end, and let's not talk for the rest of the day. Yeah.
We keep saying at this point we may just get 2 she sheds.
There you go. There you go. You need some space. How have you? So you say your husbands are best friends. I'm sure this probably is a no-brainer question. Then have they supported y'all from the beginning? I mean, how has that thing gone? Because I mean, that's not a small feat. I mean, letting your wives quit their jobs and go full-time into a business like that's – I know if my wife came to me and she said, hey, I want to quit and do this, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur from deep in my soul, so I would support it. But at the same time, I would be like, I don't know if we can really do this. Like, do you actually have what it takes to do it? How has that whole thing gone on the marriage? And marriage, how's that been on your marriages? Because that's a big thing we talk about is – they might not work in the business with you, but if you're married and you run a business, you both run the business. Like you're both in the business. You see it affects your marriage in every way, shape, and form. So how has that whole process gone over the past 3 years?
Oh, no. I mean, yes, our husbands are they're involved, but not like production type involved.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talking about purchases and get their ideas. They do some like plumbing work for us every now and then.
Yeah.
Things we can't do. But I don't think it's really affected our marriages negatively.
No. I think mine is probably affected. I have like a if this is getting kind of personal, but I had a severe anxiety disorder that I had to quit my 9-to-5 job or I may not have even be here today.
Yeah.
And so my husband knew that I had to, if I was going to find something that I love doing, that it was going to help benefit my whole family so much that, he was just so supportive. But I think it wasn't until we actually sat down at the end of this past year and really showed them the numbers, because we don't show them the numbers very much.
Yeah.
And they both, I don't know if their jaw had dropped wider or their eyes were bigger.
They didn't realize what was actually going on.
Immediately said that he had a 5-year plan that he was going to come work for me. And I said, yeah, I don't really think that's in the contract.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny.
So yes, I really think it has bettered my life, my relationship with my kids.
Yes,
for sure. And my relationship with my husband, even though they're not really part of the
decision, not
the team.
Yeah.
You're not, they're not in everyday operations, but they're still in the business. Like
we have gotten we've actually gotten a lot of negative comments on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because in one of our videos, we talked about how when we started, we asked our husband's permission to spend $150 each.
I'm sure the feminists blew that one up. Yeah.
algorithm, but
Right.
we're in the South, we're in Kentucky. Of course, we asked our husbands, but we've gotten a lot of slack over that.
Yeah, and that's one thing that if I could give one piece of advice to y'all, y'all don't need advice from me, but in this social media world, like I said, I don't have a huge social media following by any means, but I have friends that are in the green industry, and they have a couple 100,000 YouTube subscribers and Instagram followers and all that stuff. And it's like when we've had conversations with them, because I asked them like, what is they've had death threats, like they've had all kinds of stuff come towards them from social media, and I think just from personal talking to them, if I could say one thing to y'all through this, as your TikTok continues to grow, in 2 weeks it could probably be at 150,000 followers. Like, you never know. Don't let that stuff get to your head like that. That people are going to say what they're going to say, and I don't think you need that advice. I think y'all know that from exactly what you're saying. The whole talking, the people saying ask permission. People are going to talk. They're always going to say that. As long as you know in your heart that you're happy what you're doing and you're making a difference in your family's lives, in your community, in your kids' lives, in your life, like you said, the whole anxiety thing. Like if it is bettering you and your family, that's all that matters at the end of the day. No one cares. No, don't care about what the world has to say, because there's so many idiotic people out there who are just going to say crap to say crap, and don't get caught up in that whole world of things.
Prepared. I mean, we follow people that are bigger than us, and they all say the bigger you get, the more money you make, but the more your name's out there for people to have the name.
Yeah.
Do you? So
The bigger like bullet on your back, basically.
Yes.
And they will drag you through the mud. And I'm telling you, one of the guys that's the biggest guys in our industry, in the green industry, he's got Facebook groups that are made about hater Facebook groups that are made about him. Thousands of people are in them. I mean, like it's serious. It's gonna that's gonna happen. Like as y'all continue to grow, if you keep your faith out there on the line, and you said y'all met in church, and you keep that out there, people are gonna be like, well, why do you do that? Why do you do this? It's gonna get hard, but I think it's awesome to see that y'all already know in the beginning stages here. Don't let that get to your heads, because if you do, that could take even a more negative impact on you.
too bad. We'll just make a shirt that says, you do you and we'll do us.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. See, you already got your rebuttals. That just start coming up with quotes to put on shirts, and that'll shut everybody up. So that's the best way to do it. Well, we're already almost on an hour here. I respect y'all's time. I thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
2 more questions. Systems. How have y'all implemented systems in your business? Because this is on social media. You have to have systems to grow a social media, on an online presence, especially orders and all that. Customer, you said you have a mailer, an email list, but like a customer relationship management software, anything like that. How have you grown the system side of things?
Are you talking about like customer relationship?
Yeah, but fulfilling orders, like that whole thing. That's been a process that I'm sure influx of orders has obviously grown over the past 2 years. So how have y'all kept up? How have you transitioned from pen and paper to keeping up with the hundreds of orders that you get now?
Right. So our Shopify website, that has been the key. And
We started with pen and paper, then we went to Google
spreadsheets.
Okay.
and now we're Shopify.
Yes. So as orders come in, and then our employees here, we actually officially can say that I don't know the last time we actually fulfilled, bagged, and shipped a package. Like our employees are that.
Yeah. Man, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's what delegation is for.
So, she orders the shirts that we need. They get here. We have an employee that checks them in when they're all ready to be printed. Then she lets the printer know. She prints them. Then we have somebody that comes in, gets them folded, get orders fulfilled, gets them shipped out, and then they get picked up.
Yeah, it's like a well-oiled machine.
I have like our whole circle of a system going.
Yeah. How have y'all grown in like the leadership aspect of having employees, like, and creating that company culture? I'm sure that's been have y'all been in like, I don't know if this is two-part, but like, have you been in like a leadership role before, like having people like 10 employees under you? I mean, that's a big thing. Like, you're still learning along the way, I'm sure, but how have y'all kind of navigated those waters?
I think I took what I learned from being an employee to be an employer, because I feel like, the main thing about that I didn't love about my last job, like in a building, was that I just felt like I wasn't appreciated.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we do a lot to make our employees feel like they are appreciated, like not just, just come clock in and, get to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly where, like, I have took like what I've learned of things that have hurt that I'll never forget personally. I was treated in certain situations and try to just, instead of let it hurt me, I take that and flip it around and be like, you know what, I can treat somebody differently where they don't say that about me. And so that's just kind of like been my mind concept of community, and treat them like they're just part of our family, and that I always try to give a compliment a day to somebody, because I'm personally a people pleaser person, and I'm a
He is a fixer.
I'm a fixer, and I'm a people pleaser, and you cannot please everybody. You cannot fix everybody's problems, but the one thing I can do is tell one person something good that they've done for me that day.
Yeah.
So,
and that's just, you're making a difference. That right there is, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many followers you get, if you never leave that right there, you don't, as big as you get, you never let that leave your own two lives right here, is you're making an impact on somebody's lives. Just saying something small like that.
This week, it does not matter how much money in the end that we make. At the end, it matters zero the amount of money if you've destroyed every relationship you've made through your business. The money matters zero. So
I think that's my biggest goal, and it's one of my biggest goals in my business and social media and podcasts and all this stuff is, if we do grow, if we do get big, never change how you got started, who you were at the beginning.
You got to keep doing it. Build on what you began with, because that's why
people
fell in love at the beginning.
Exactly. That's exactly why they fell in love with you for one reason. So don't change that as followers grow and numbers get bigger. So, well, this has been awesome. What do y'all have any last words here to leave the audience with? Any business advice, partnership advice, whatever you want to throw out here on the table for us to end this show here with?
If you're going to do it all the way.
Go all in.
It will all work out, whether you think it's not going to or not. It will, one way or another, it's going to work out. And if you fail, you figure out the reason why you failed, and then you write a game plan. I don't know how many of those, what do they call those in elementary school, where you draw the circles?
Oh, the web.
You don't know how many web designs I've driven.
Or
drawn.
Yeah.
I'm probably drawn them while I've driven.
Oh, man. Well, Andrea, I'm going to hit you first. Whitney, you're going to get a minute to think about this, so be glad. We always like ending our show here with one final question, and it's honestly, this is honestly why I enjoy interviewing people honestly the most, because I love hearing these answers. Everything is different. Everyone's is different. It could be the words could be the same, but it means something different to everyone. So, Andrea, you're going to get the first one. What is your why?
Oh man. My why. So that I can be a better mom, so that I could have more time and freedom to do the things that I want to do. I want to go to all the school parties, go to all the field trips. I just really wanted to be a better mom and not have to take away time spent with them, with my kids and my husband. Yeah,
that's what it's about. That is what it's all about right there, is family and creating those memories that you'll never forget, ever.
Yep.
Whitney?
Okay, so my why, I can't copy Andrea's now.
I do not want to go first.
My why was for my own mental health, of knowing that I could succeed at something with a friend and not succeed for the public eye, but to know that I was a person of worth succeeding for myself and for those that I could impact around me.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. It starts with yourself, and you got to get that stuff figured out first, and your family. And you said you couldn't copy Andrew's, but if that's the case, if that's part of your why, it doesn't matter. Like it's like I said, it's the same words, but it's a different meaning to you. It's personal for each of you. So,
Right.
I always love hearing those answers. So I appreciate that. Well. If anybody doesn't know where to find you, where can they find y'all at on social media? And maybe if they want to buy shirts, if y'all do maybe like company designs or anything like that, we have a lot of companies and business owners that listen to this podcast, so maybe they want to reach out to you and get some company shirts made up. How can they find you?
We're on Facebook at Cotton Chaos. We have Instagram.
It's at Cotton Chaos Tees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And our TikTok is also at Cotton Chaos Tees. And then our website is
cottonchaos.com.
And then in the bios on Instagram and TikTok, it will pull up our milkshake. Why they call it milkshake, I'm not sure, but it's got all the quick links to access anything you need to know to get contact.
So like a link tree type thing.
Yes.
Okay.
The new
version.
The new version.
All right. Well, that is awesome. We'll make sure to put all those. Well, maybe not all of them, but we'll definitely put the website link and the TikTok or Instagram link in the bio today, so y'all can go. Y'all can go look in the show notes. I mean, not the bio, the show notes, and all that stuff will be there for you to click on and go support these two awesome women that are creating a business and a future for themselves. So, personally, I want to say thank you to both of you for joining me today. I know a little bit over an hour here. I appreciate y'all's time so much. I don't want to take it for granted, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the day there wherever you are. Well, not in your race shop.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It was actually enjoyable. I was really nervous about it, but I just like the conversation flow.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's just if anybody got one piece of advice out of this, it was worth it. It's just no matter what piece of advice it was, whether it was life or business or whatever talk we got into, that's what it's about.
Yep.
So thank y'all so much for joining again. Everyone out there, thank you for listening to today's show. It has been an honor to be coming to you. Thank you to today's show sponsors. If you would, go support those, because that just helps us keep the podcast going here. And like I said, it's not cheap. It's not free to put it on, but I'm going to keep doing it. We want to keep putting out content so we can help y'all. And we continue to grow this community one relationship at a time. So thanks again for listening. I hope to catch y'all here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram, or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.